for India. For a very long time, as a country, we have been poor. And to borrow the words of the great Nani Palkhiwala, India was not poor by chance. India was poor by policy. For a very long time, we ensured that the entrepreneurial strength, the entrepreneurial genius of our people was shackled, that it did not allow to be blossomed, and the true potential of young Indians was not let unleashed. Things have changed. Generations and generations of Indians before us have paid the price for wrong policies. Now is the time for us to correct them and create wealth in this country in scale that the country has never seen before. And this wealth creation is being led by the startups of the country. When I see young startup founders from Bengaluru who were, neighbors in JP Nagar, in Jayanagar and other places, raising billions of dollars in funding, creating high value jobs, where today one of the most difficult challenges for any startup is retention of talent, because there is so much of competition in hiring talent, because there is a demand for good talent. Startups are creating high value, high paid jobs. Wealth creation has become a very, very important aspect of the startup culture. So this marked move away from the dogged socialism which kept India poor is an irreversible change that the startup revolution in India has brought about. The second thing, earlier, the way people would do business, the way a businessman would conduct business, was by managing the system, was by building relationships with government officials, bureaucrats, not through innovation. Stress was more on management of officials, of politicians, of the inspectors, and not on innovating and building good products. This is another big change that has now taken place, where wealth creation and profit generation can be done through ethical means and not by managing the system and gaming the system. This new breed of culture, this new culture of innovation and entrepreneurship is again an irreversible change which is going to make India a modern economy, a respectable economy, an economy which will generate and attract the brightest of talents from around the world, because they believe that in India we today have a system, a governance structure which will facilitate clean businesses, which will place a premium on honesty, patience, and hard work. This is the second irreversible change that the startup revolution has brought about. The third and a very important change is with respect to how people are seeing private companies. Gone are now the days where people view private enterprises and private and entrepreneurs with a suspicion that they are taking away something that belongs to the government or to the public. People today see private companies, startups, entrepreneurs as value additions to the larger scheme, larger growth story of India. This is going to motivate more and more young people to join the path of entrepreneurship and wealth creation. From reading books about Steve Jobs to actually dreaming to be one, a common Indian today is feeling that he also can aspire to become rich, can become wealthy, can become a leader in business despite his financial and economic background. In that sense, the startup revolution is strengthening the roots of India's social, political, and economic democracy. Today, if I am sitting before you as a member of parliament, Coming from a middle class family in Bengaluru South, it's a testament to the fact that India is a vibrant democracy. And today, if we are seeing a Nikhil Kamath or Bhavish Agarwal or any other young middle class boy raising billions of dollars in capital and bringing great wealth creation for himself, for his family, for the society, and building big unicorns, it is again a testament of the strength of our democracy, the strength of the human, the strength of the structures that we have put in place, where human endeavor, human enterprise will be respected. These, I think, my dear friends, are the three very vital and irreversible changes that the startup revolution has brought about in India. And this culture is going to trickle down. It is going to trickle down to all respects of our society, all levels of our polity, and all levels of the society's economic, social structure. In that sense, India is going to be a far more vibrant democracy, a far more capable republic.